In the fifth lesson in chapter 7, I'm going to talk about multiplication and division equations. Multiplication and division equations is the same as addition equation and subtraction equation that we studied in the previous lesson. So it's just about taking the opposite. So if we have, let's say, the example. For example, if we have, let's say 3x, the question says solve. Whenever the question says solve, you need to find the answer. You need to find the value of the variable. You need to find the letters. Let's say 7h is equal to, let's say, 49. 7h, in here there is no operation between 7 and h. But we study in the first term, if there will be no operation between the variables and the numbers, there is multiplication but it's invisible because 7h is the same as 7 times h, right? And 7 dot h is the same as 7 times h. These are all the same. And 7h in the bracket is the same as 7 times h. These are all the same. So 7h means 7 times h. So 7, it's 49. 7 times h. Now, the question says solve. You need to find the h. How can we find the h? By just taking the opposite of this one. The opposite of multiplication is division. Okay, so we can divide it by what? Divided by the same number. This one, it means division. This one, it means division divided by 7. This is the equation. What did you do for this side? Do the same thing. Do not forget this one. If you added something for this side, or you subtracted, or you multiplied, or you divided, you have to do the same thing. Divided by 7. So 7 divided by 7, it's going to be 1. 1 times h. So what does mean 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times any number is going to be that number, 8. So 1 times h is h. So in here only h is remain. 49 divided by 7, it's going to be 7. Okay, another example. Let's say 3k is equal to 38. So k is what number in here? For this one we can use the mental math, but for this one we cannot. So there is multiplication between 3 and k. Now taking the opposite, it's gonna be divided by 3 because we have 3 with the k, and divided by 3. Okay, so divide this one, it's going to be, it goes to each other, only k is left in this side. 38 divided by 3, long division. So 38 and 3. How many 3 in 3? 1. 1 times 3, 3. It's going to be 0. Bring it down, 8. Put 1 down. How many 3 in 8? 2. 2 times 3, 6. Subtract it, gonna be 2. So this is the mixed number. Try to make it the decimal denominator. Add the point and the 0. How many 3 in 20? It's going to be 6. 6 times 3, it's gonna be 18, because 7 times 3, 21 is bigger. 6 times 3 is 18. It's going to be 2. Add more 0 and bring it down. So 3, how many 3 in 20 again is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. It's repeating this one. So the answer is going to be 12.66, or we can say 12.6. You can use that one. Okay, it's all lesson about taking the opposite. The opposite of addition is subtraction. The opposite of multiplication is division. Division, multiplication. So another example. Let's say 2 over 5y is equal to, let's say, 12. 2 over 5y is equal to 12. The question says solve again. How can we find the y letters in here, the value? So we say that 2 over 5y, there is multiplication between them. There is no operations. So just taking the opposite of these two, divided by what? 2 over 5, because 2 over 5 we have the y letters. So do it the same thing for the other side, divided by 2 over 5. Okay? Now, the same thing and different sign, it goes each other, only y's remain. 12 divided by 2 over 5. This one, put 1 in the denominator. Look at this one. Do not say I'm going to try to make it the same denominator, because this one is not addition or subtraction, this is division. We studied in the first term this one, how can we turn the division to multiplication, and switch the second fraction, 5 over 2, and rewrite this one, the first one, 12 over 1. Why? Multiply the top numbers and the bottom numbers. 15 times 12, it's going to be 50, 60. So let's multiply 12 times 5. 5 times 10. 1 is up. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1, 6. 60 over 2. So we can say 60 over 2 is 30, or you can write it 60 over 2. This is the answer. Another one, if we have multiplication, if we have the division, for example, 1 over 2, it is the same as 1 divided by 2. The fraction that bars means division. Let's say 2 over 5. It means 2 divided by 5. Okay? So, if we have a over, let's say 3. What does mean a over 3? It means a divided by 3. Do not forget this note. Whenever we see the fraction, that means the division between these two numbers. 1 over 2 means 1 divided by 2. 2 over 5. Any numbers divided by any numbers over that numbers. Let's say that means there is division between them. Okay, let's say a over 4 is equal to, let's say, 8. Okay, look at this one. On the left hand side we have the letters a over 4. We study a over 4 means a divided by 4 is equal to 8. Now this one is division, so taking the opposite is multiplication. Multiply by the same number, multiply by the same number. The same number and different sign, it's going to be 1. A only is remain this side. 8 times 4 is 32. That's it. Another example, y is over 5 is equal to 7. This is question 8. Okay. In this side we have the letter y over 5 means y divided by 5 is equal to 7. Y divided by 5, taking the opposite of this one, because we need to find the y letters. Multiply by 5, multiply by 5. So y is equal to 35. Okay, so another example, question 17. Question 17, 2.1 equal w over 1.3. Now, 2.1 is equal w over 1.3. W over 1.3, it means w divided by 1.3 equal to 2.1. We have division, taking the opposite, 1.3 times 1.3. The same number, different sign, w is equal. 2.1 and 1.3. Ignore the points. 21 times 13. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. Put the 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Plus 3, 7, 2. 273. Go back to this one. How many decimal places are in the number? This one, this one. It's going to be 2 decimals. So move the point to the left 2 times. 2.73.